You okay?
Yeah.
Good.
So we met when we were like, 16, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
A long time ago, even before. So what's that now? 15 years?
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah, we started going out when we were about 18 was it? Just before I went off to uni.
Yeah, because there was a little while when we were just friends, weren't we?
Yeah, we were friends for a bit. And it's quite just a boring old story, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of strange because we lived on the next street, didn't we?
Yeah.
So as much as we went to different schools and we had different friends, ultimately, because it was such a small village, we would end up meeting up together and we got to know each other.
Big group of friends all hung out together, doing stuff we shouldn't be doing, drinking, that kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. I was absolutely desperate, wasn't I, for like this really nice candlelit. I'd had it all in my head that we were going to be chilling on the beach and have a nice candlelit dinner. We'd never done it before. And then it just wouldn't stop raining. But
when we got back to the room on the balcony, there was champagne and I got the ring out there and asked her to marry me, and thankfully she said yeah.
I remember I really struggled with the two suppliers that I really struggled with was a florist and a photographer, because those are the ones that you don't know what it's going to turn out like. You can't really see it. Everything else you can sort of see up front. So you know, all the stationery, for example, I did myself. I wanted to know it was right. You helped me with that, didn't you?
I think it's putting your trust in someone, which is the difficult part, because it's your day, and that was the part where Ryan helped a lot, because although we had our set ideas of what we wanted to achieve at the end of it, he was always considerate of what we wanted, but he had that experience as well, didn't he, to point us in the right direction and make sure we were getting exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember thinking between the two photographers, Ryan was like a little bit more expensive, and I was just like, oh, you know, is it going to really be worth it? Everything's so much money. But yeah, absolutely, he was definitely worth it. And looking back now, I think, yes, he was a bit more expensive, but I actually think for everything we've got out of Ryan, like I feel almost like we've underpaid him, because I met with him so many times before the wedding, after the wedding. It's almost like I don't know how he's actually made any money from us. And I remember him saying to me, you know, you won't want many posed photos, Gina, because the day will go, you know, don't waste your time doing loads of post photos, because I'll get the shots for you, don't worry. And I remember thinking at the time, like, he must be joking, you know, I need my post shots, like, you know, I'm going to have my post shots. And he was totally right, though. Like, I remember we were about 5 shots in and I was like, yeah, Ryan, I've had enough now. So you just got to trust him, because he honestly knows what he's talking about.
He just blended into the background and he was chatting to everyone else, having a good day, and I think he really contributed to the day, actually. Yeah,
everybody actually, a lot of our guests actually said, like, oh, I really liked that guy. Like, who was that? Yeah.
I think there's quite a few people who've come back and said, I wish I would have had somebody like Ryan, because he is such a nice guy, I think, more than anything. Ultimately, he managed to get such a good result that we've been so happy with, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Which is the main thing, it's the memories for life that we've got now.
I remember thinking at the time, this guy knows what he's doing. He'll do anything for a good shot. It was a bit, you know, a bit awkward at first, but right away it was just, you know, you just went into it and you just felt like you could trust him. I remember when we were on honeymoon, we got an image, didn't we?
Yeah,
He sent us through, on Facebook Messenger, sent me an image, and it was like, oh God, the first one, and it was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because I think you build up to that point where the wedding's been and gone, and then suddenly when you start getting the photographs back, it brings back all those memories, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really exciting.
So
it kind of continues it, doesn't it? I'd had my engagement photo shoot thing, and the photos were brilliant from that, weren't they? And that was like a grey, rainy day in Manchester. And then we'd had a couple of like little tasters, and they were great. And even after all that, and I knew Ryan at that point, and you know, he felt like a friend more than anything. And even then, and I was still so nervous. And we went to his house, didn't we? And he's got like a room in his house where he displays them on the wall, projects them onto the wall. Oh my God, I was so blown away by it. I was nearly in tears. I was like, because I was so emotional and excited about going, but nervous. And then I remember just like he throws so many pictures at you all at once through this slideshow, and it just completely told the story. And we looked great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
and then yeah, it's just like everyone, you're like, oh my god, that's so good, and then it changes really quickly, and you just get like overload of wedding photos, but it's just really good. And he puts it with music.
We still use that to this day, though, don't we? To show everybody.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to show people the day who didn't even go to the day and didn't have any involvement.
It's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Ryan was like, yeah, for the album, you need to pick like 20 photos or something like that, not too many, and then I'll just kind of make it all work. And you know, he's really good with his advice around making sure you don't try and put too much in, and you've got to have some really good feature photos and stuff. And I was always like, oh God, you know, I want extra in, but you know, you've always just got to trust what Ryan says, because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think it is, doesn't he?
Because I remember I've sent him like, I can't narrow it down, and here's my favourite 50, and then from that he just did his thing with it, you know.
Yeah, and it tells a complete story, doesn't it, from start to finish, that we often get it out and just have a quick look.
Yeah, and I remember the picking of the photos was one thing, but then we had to pick like all the album, like the leather, the cover, the paper. Oh my God, it took forever, didn't it?
Yeah.
We spent a good 2 hours in Ryan's kitchen drinking coffee and just trying to decide whether we wanted it. Oh God, so cough. And trying to decide whether we wanted it like a slightly brown colour or a nude colour, and then what kind of font do you want and what colour font do you want? And Dean completely lost the will to live, didn't you?
I think it is, yeah.
I honestly feel like, you know, you think at the time it is so much money, you know, for like, this is the, you know, can't even speak, the photographer and everything's like a lot of money, you know, all your different suppliers, and you're thinking, oh God, you know, how can it be so expensive? But the two people that you can sort of say actually the cost is justified is probably your photographer and your videographer, because you do meet with them beforehand. They're there for the entire day. So Ryan was there from the very beginning getting ready all the way through into the night partying with us, and then also we had him afterwards. We met him afterwards for actually getting the photos, and then again for the album. And we've just spent, you know, he's just spent so much time with us and making sure everything was perfect.
I don't think either of us actually realised, did we?
No.
The amount that's involved within what Ryan does. It's not just taking a few photos, it's just a whole lot more, isn't it?
And all the editing and making sure it's perfect.
And I think for me it's one of the only things, apart from memories, that you get from the wedding, we've now got an album that we can look back upon and see the day, and that's going to be there forever. So.
Yeah. And I think that's where all the pressure comes with a photographer, because you know that's going to be like your only thing that you've got left. You've got your photos, and if you've got a videographer, you've got your video as well. So that's why you just feel so much pressure to get it right. It's, you know, difficult to kind of find the right thing, and it's difficult to find it for the right money, and you're within your budget, and someone who's going to work well with you. And he just ticked all the boxes, didn't he?
Yeah, I think looking back, I don't think we could have made a better choice.
No, absolutely.
I think he was everything and more that we ever wanted or expected.
And I'd like to say that was down to my organising and research, but it's probably not. It's down to Ryan being skilled at what he does.
Yeah. I think he deserves some credit. That's just great, isn't it? Yeah, and that's it.